Science and technology provide both the inspiration and tools to create new forms of sculpture. This tape describes a unique process based on computer visualization, which allows me to grow and refine polycrystalline spaceframe sculptures. The crystal growing program was originally developed for the materials research field to simulate the growth of crystals. Seeds are mathematically arranged in a random composition. The seeds represent the centers of growth of several thousand crystals. A bounding box, whose dimensions and proportions can be varied, is introduced into the seedbed. When the box encircles a seed, the crystal associated with that seed is revealed. To create a sculpture, I move the bounding box throughout the seeds, examining many possible forms and relationships between the crystals. When I discover a set of crystalline forms that has potential, I save the adjoining crystals, changing their color from blue to red. Crystals shown in green are still under consideration. Then I move outward in the direction of the various faces, building the forms crystal by crystal. I have developed many proposals based on these explorations. Dance of the Cybernauts was a monumental sculpture proposed for the roof of the Carnegie Science Center in Pittsburgh. It consists of 6 childlike spaceframe figures, cave drawings for the 21st century. Cybernauts 1.0 and 2.0 were proposed for the Hakone Open Air Museum in Japan. I envisioned these primitive figures standing more than 40 feet high. This untitled form suggested a bird-like figure or an opera singer. Homage to the Winged Victory was based on my memory of this famous Greek sculpture in the Louvre Museum in Paris. It is the most complex sculpture that I have produced with this technique, consisting of more than 50 crystalline cells. Extracting the Winged Victory from the dense bed of crystals, I felt like Michelangelo as he liberated his sculptures from the stone. This form took several days to produce. Virtual Sculpture Studio was developed from software created for the computer science field. This program enables me to refine the often awkward prototype forms generated in the crystal growing simulation. Data from sculpture created in the crystal growing program is moved into Virtual Sculpture Studio. This is a fully three-dimensional stereo 3D program with special tools and menus designed to assist me in the sculpture process. Forms can be stretched, connectors can be deleted or fused, tubes can be added, split, and interconnected. I move the cursor onto the yellow nodes of the spaceframe and then stretch the spaceframe in any direction. I can select several nodes and fuse them together to simplify the form. I can select a tube and add a node along its length. I can add a tube between 2 nodes. Once the sculpture has been refined, I can position it in space and drop structural support tubes from any node perpendicular to the ground. Cybernaut 1.0 Sculpture is ready to transmit to the Spaceframe fabricator over Internet. Data is read directly into the fabricator's computers for engineering analysis and production. Computer simulation also allows me to create and visualize special lighting and animation possibilities for these sculptures. The process and forms presented in this video suggest a vision of what sculpture might look like in the 21st century, when the computer has taken its place alongside of more traditional tools in the sculptor's studio.